Welcome back, I hope you're all well. So as you can tell from the title, today's video is going to be a bit of a controversial one, but you know what? It wouldn't be my channel if we weren't doing one of these videos. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 reasons as to why you shouldn't buy a Chanel bag. Now obviously I have nothing against Chanel. I own a Chanel bag, I own shoes from Chanel, I own different products from Chanel. However, I do think that there's a lot of information on the internet that makes you feel like maybe you need a Chanel bag and maybe it's like the thing to own if you are in the luxury community and if you're into luxury items. And I think that there are a couple of reasons as to why a Chanel bag might not be the right bag for you. At the end of the day, it's just a product and it's not gonna work out for everyone. So if you are someone that is considering buying a Chanel bag, but you're not sure if you should or not, and you're just looking for different information, I think this video would be really helpful for you, especially because Chanel bags are really expensive, Chanel products in general, and a lot of us have to work really hard, save our money to buy these items. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. And with that being said, let me just stop rambling and let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, let me get number 1 out of the way, which is price increases. Obviously, I had to talk about this. Now, price inflation with any brand is unavoidable. Chanel does increase their prices anywhere from 2 to 10%. And if you're someone that has a shitload of money and that can easily drop $10,000 in a bag without worrying about it, then this might not concern you, but the other 9% of us, we care, okay? So let me give you guys an example. In 2012, the Chanel boy bag, I wanna say in the medium size, don't quote me on this, was around $3,200. Today, that same bag is around $5,000. Nothing has changed with the product to make it that much more expensive, but that just shows you how the prices have increased, and it's just a little bit insane, which leads me to point number 2, which is quality. It's no secret that Chanel is obviously extremely popular. They sell a lot more bags than they did, let's say, 20 years ago, which means they have to produce a lot more bags a lot faster, which leads to the quality suffering in different ways. I'm sure you've seen videos about this, I'm sure you've read about this, or maybe you've even experienced it yourself. Again, let me give you guys an example. Like the lambskin leather years ago was a lot more durable than it is today, which is why a lot of people go back and forth between should I get lambskin or, you know, should I get caviar, because I don't want to scratch my $7,000 bag if I wear it one time. So with that being said, let me just say, like, the prices are increasing, but the quality is decreasing, which, you know, is just something to really think about. Moving on to number 3, which is a big reason as to why I wanted to do this video. And this is just my personal opinion. Obviously, this entire video is just my personal opinion, okay, so keep that in mind. But I don't think that Chanel bags are any better than any other luxury brand out there. I don't think they're necessarily better than YSL. I don't think they're better than Gucci bags. I don't think they're better than Dior. To me, it's all kind of the same, just that Chanel is a lot more expensive. And I wanted to tell you guys this. So when I purchased this bag, I bought this brand new from the boutique, so obviously I paid full price for it. I'm someone that I really enjoy buying my bags new versus getting them pre-loved. So yeah, that's why I did that. But I remember receiving this in the mail and instantly being very disappointed after I opened it up. And I never thought, like, I'm not like that. Like, I usually, like, I don't have buyer's remorse. I very rarely feel bad about buying something. But it just didn't feel right when I unboxed this. And I think it was because I was just expecting so much more, because, you know, Chanel bags are that much more expensive than a lot of other luxury brands. And all I'm saying is that in my personal opinion, to me, this is not any better than this, just because this is so much more money. So I personally would much rather buy 2 Gucci bags than 1 Chanel bag. And I'm not saying I'm never gonna buy another Chanel bag, but right now that's just kind of where I'm at. I have no desire to buy another Chanel bag. I'd much rather, you know, buy something else than spending that much money on I don't know, something that I feel like, to me, I don't know what it was, guys, but to me it was just, overhyped. I think they are really overhyped. Okay, number 4 is another really important one in my opinion, and that is the lack of customer service. I'm sure this is no secret and a lot of you already know this, but Chanel is known for their poor customer service. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally, like, anywhere. It doesn't even have to be designer. If I go into any store and I want to purchase something and the customer service is bad and the person I'm trying to purchase something from is rude to me in any way, I will, like, I have bad temper that way. Like, I will walk out then and there and spend my money elsewhere. I don't think that's okay. Now, I've never personally gone into a Gucci boutique or, you know, Dior or YSL, just the brands that I like to shop with, and was looked at sideways. I really have not had such an experience. Even in Chanel boutiques, I've never had like terrible experiences, but it's not a secret that, you know, they do treat you different if you're not one of their high dollar customers, if you're not someone that leaves thousands and thousands of dollars with them, you know, monthly or whatever. And I don't think that's right, because if you want to spend that much money on an item, you should be able to walk into a boutique and just look around, look at the bags, feel them, touch them, and just kind of get an idea of what you want to spend your money on. So yeah, I think that's a big issue in my opinion, and luckily it has not happened. But I tell you guys, like, if I was to walk into a Chanel boutique and, you know, wanting to buy a pair of shoes or whatever, and they were rude to me, I probably would not purchase it, and I would leave. And if you search the internet, like, just type it in on YouTube or look online, like, I'm sure you will find so many horror stories about their customer service, and it's really kind of sad. And the last reason number 5, is status. And what I want to say by that is that if you feel like you need or want a Chanel bag because it symbolizes status, or it makes you exclusive, or I don't know, you're part of some group, I think that you should really rethink it, because that's probably not a good reason to buy a Chanel bag. And like I think I said at the beginning of the video, in this like luxury community, it does feel like, and I've heard other people say that too, it does feel like, you know, you need a Chanel bag to be, you know, part of the group, and I don't think you do. I honestly don't. So if that's the only reason why you're even thinking about buying a Chanel bag, then maybe you should reconsider. And also lastly, I did want to mention this, you know, if you really, you know, want a bag, and a Chanel bag, and you think you can't live without it, I think going the pre-loved way might be a good idea also, because you might end up with a bag that is better quality, and you'll also save a little bit of money. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so incredibly much for watching, as always, and I will see you in my next one.